Are you ready for some old books? For some unboxing of some old books. I haven't even heard of these authors. I've never even seen most of them. Um, I love getting these boxes because I don't know what's in them. It's a surprise to me. It'll be a surprise to you. Well, by that point, I'll put the description in. But as of now, I have no idea what's in this box. People online, other YouTubers, they order these boxes and they do this unboxing, but they know what's in the box. They ordered it. Unless they're one of these, big, huge ones, YouTubers that get presents. Because I know quite a few of them get presents from their patrons. But I don't have any of that. I just want people to know I exist. I'd be happy with that. Most of my videos only get 5 or 6 views. And thank you to those that do it. I haven't done it in a while, but Trudy and Zebrook and Selena, I appreciate the 3 of you tremendously. So welcome to the Dealer's Book Series. I'm Christina Carreras, TINA. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And last week we discovered I should do a video. I might have done a video on it. I'm not sure yet. But I found this author who was strictly 100% Regency. And she wrote a mystery thriller in the beginning of her career. I was like, what? I've got to do a video. And, oh shit, I lost my Scotch tape. I had Scotch tape over here someplace. Because some of these books are going to need some Scotch tape. Alright, so are we ready? Mary Stewart. The Hollow Hills lightens the dark ages with legend, pure invention. Well, those are just reviews. All right, let's go in here. Oh, and this is the better paper. Remember, I always say that when a publisher gives the author better paper, they believe the book is going to do better. Hollow Hills takes place in a 5th century Britain fraught with superstition and fear, where no life is safe, no law is stable, and where a king risks accusation of murder and adultery to get himself an heir. For his own safety, the boy author, rejected as a bastard by his father, is long kept ignorant of his patronage. The map. And 1973. Fix this. Mary Stewart, The Wicked Day. The Wicked Day is the gripping story of Modred, bastard son of King Arthur by incest, and his half-sister Morgause with the witch queen of Lothian and Orkney. Morgause sent the child to Orkney Islands to be reared there in secret in hope that one day he would become, as Merlin, the enchanter, had prophesied, the doomed of her hated half-brother. Not a clue. (1983). Daphne Demure, The Scapegoat. Also that fancy paper. The Englishman and the Frenchman continue to inspect each other, as astounded that they would look so alike and not have known of each other's existence. The problems that each had considered to be vital before that instant of uncanny recognition were soon forgotten. 1950. It's not bad. Oh, good Lord. Elizabeth Catherine. Robert Calhoun. Also the good paper. Love affairs that changed the course of history, sudden nighttime coups by the elite troops headed by a beautiful young woman dressed in officer's uniform with their long hair cascading down their backs from under their helmets, new cities created in marshland where little or nothing existed before, the liberation from hair-like seclusion, and the education of a whole class of women where thousands upon thousands of other women and men were forced deeper and deeper into what was the effect of slavery. 1974. I think we're gonna need some tape. John O'Hare, The Instrument. An Appointment in Sahara, The Doctor's Son, and Other Stories. Let's go in here. The central figure of John O'Hare's new novel is Robert Yancey, Lucas playwright, a man of talent, wholly dedicated to and driven by his art. The story begins with his conquest of Broadway and presents a vital picture of the world of theater seen from the inside. Let's see. 1967. Another Mary Stuart. Touch Not the Cat. The Ashley family had lived at Ashley Court for generations. With its moated house and ruined gardens, the court has been the life home of Bryony Ashley, a 22-year-old English woman of spirit and beauty. However, when Byron's father is killed in a mysterious automobile accident, ownership of the court passes by legal trust to her cousin Emery. At first, Barony feels relieved that she has not inherited the responsibility of the court. She knows that she possesses the true Ash legacy, the gift. 300 years ago, the gift was called the sight and had caused Ashley's ancestors to be burned at the stake. Today, Barony calls it the gift telepathy. Okay. 1976. Crime Classics, The Mystery Story from Poe to the Present. There are your authors and your titles. And 1990. And it's pretty clean. I don't know if it's been read or not, but it's clean. I have no idea. Not a clue in the world. Louis NIZER. Good paper again. Louis NIZER, called the legendary attorney by Newsweek, has depicted the greatest spy story of the century, the true account of the Rosenberg espionage case. Oh, okay. I bet this is worth a couple pennies. I bet it is. 1973. First edition. I think we have some issues. Mary Roberts Reiner. Didn't we had some of hers in a few other of the paperbacks. That was it, the paperback ones. A little yellowing. The gruesome axe murder of bedridden old Mrs. Lancaster would have been shocking under any conditions, but happening as it did in the Crescent, the effect was explosive. For the residents of the Crescent had led life and growth, and modern times let them pass them by. Oh, look. There's illustrations. So not only a character list, but illustrations of the characters. First edition. So this is the second edition. First edition was 1933. This is 1942. I bet it's worth a couple pennies. Another Mary Stuart. The Last Enchantment. We've seen this before. In a paperback, maybe? Merlin, who men called Enchanter, is the narrator of this dark, magnificent, haunting novel of Dark Age Britain, which begins with Arthur, now king by right, having drawn the sword. He drew the sword. 1979. Have you ever watched Xena, the warrior princess? There's an episode where she pulls the sword and then puts it back. Daphne Demure, Hungry Hill. Ugh. I know why they got rid of this. It might be worth a couple pennies, though. I don't know if it'd be worth any pennies in the condition it is. Hungry Hill is a big power novel which depicts the struggle of a proud semi-aristocratic landowning family to escape the destiny inherent in the way of life. Miss Demure depicts the bitter struggle between the self-righteous progressive and the smug braggarts. 1943. First edition. I'm telling you. BRITANNIA, Daphne Demure. Dame Daphne Demure once again displays her dazzling versatility in storytelling. When England drops out of the European Common Market and forms an alliance with the US-UK, with the United States American Marines are landed in Cornwall to protect English from invasion. (1972). Ugh. The Father Hunt, a Nero Wolfe novel. Rex Stout. And it's a good paper, too. She was 22 years old, a Smith graduate, charming, intelligent, appealing. When she buttonholed Archie Goodwin, she had a simple request. She hadn't had the faintest idea who her father was. They couldn't do DNA when this was written. 1968. First edition. NORAH laughs, the king's pleasure. Who put this to you, Henry? It's not true. We have not lived in sin. We have lived in the holy state of matrimony. A great historical novelist focuses her talents on Catherine of Aragon, wife of Henry VIII. He does kill them all, though. 1969, first edition. Oh, this is the one book I owned when I was a kid. I owned this book like 30 years ago. The House on the Strand. Seriously, I owned this way back. I don't know where the hell I bought it. Set in the world's near Cornwall's sea coastline, The House on the Strand concerns a young man experiment with hallucinate drugs, and he travels back and forth in time to the 14th century. Maybe that's why I bought it. I remember thinking it was weird. 1969, first edition. This is the cover I remember too. Might be a souvenir. I have to think about that. I think we're missing something. A Rose for Virtue, Norah Lofts, The Private Lives of One Historian's Most Fascinating Woman. Okay. 160. Hortense was 13 when her widowed mother Josephine married Napoleon. Oh, good God. 1971. Think the value might go down for lack of cover. I know this lady. Well, I don't know her personally, but she comes into the shop every once in a while. She hates the jackets of the book. I said, you can't get rid of the jackets. Take it off, read the book, and then put the jacket back on. Do not get rid of the jackets. They devalue the book. She did it anyway. The Golden Hawk by Frank Yerby. This needs to see some tape. Here is a pulsating novel of adventure, revenge, and exotic love in the West Indies. Kit Gerardo, master of the sea flower, was a man without a name because the shameful secret of his birth was shrouded in mystery. Let's see. 1948. First edition. The Lost Queen, NORAH LOFTS. You're pretty, he said, much as he had said it at roadside. And you are very handsome. The snow held off. Yes, it was a beautiful day. Okay. 1968. I'm getting a Leaning Tower of Pisa over there. NORAH LOFTS, The Day of the Butterfly. When Daisy Holt is fired from her first job as nursemaid, her fortune goes from bad to worse, and she seems destitute for life in a London brothel. Okay. Let's see. 1979. Burnt Out Case. Graham Greene. The remotest place that was what Query was looking for, and he found it on the upper reaches of a minor tributary of Congo, where neither road nor river goes anywhere further. 1961. Balthazar. No other novel published in 1957 was more highly praised or aroused critical discussion than Lawrence's Justine. Now he's following it up with Balthazar. Okay. 1960. Hail to the Chief, McBain. Not exactly sure. The time is January. The detective Steve Carmella of the 87th Precinct and his partner Bert Kling. As the case unfolds, it becomes clear that the multiple corpses are casualties in a street war. Okay. 1973. Look Away, Beulah Land. Lonnie Coleman. For the plantation of Beulah Land and its masters, the Kendricks, the Civil War has ended in humiliation inflicted on Sherman's rampaging soldiers. Was this one of the ones for the mass markets? 1977. This is the first time I'm seeing these books. Just as I open the box and talk to you about them, I have not seen these books before. I have not seen these authors before. I have no clue. Ellis Peters, Mourning RAGA? A typical Durrell Lester darling of the film world on two continents, the 14-year-old Angela Kumar should arrive from America just as Durrell handed one of the leading roles in films. So, when is the last time you seen back of a book completely blank? I wonder if that's worth a couple pennies. No barcode of any kind or anything. 1969. Did we do this already? The Day of the Butterfly. We did this, right? How far to Bethlehem? Why do I feel like we've done this? I can't tell. But there you go. There's two more Norahs. I think we're going to need some tape. Oh, look, another Norah. To see a fine lady and LOFTS. Oh, good. Let's see. This was expensive. Come on, fall. 1946. $2.50. Wait, I'm going to need some tape. And SETON. What is it? Well, I thought it was here. Oh, there it is. Here. We need some tape. Can't get that to show. A lady that I'm pretty sure you've heard of before. This is the one single author in this box that I've heard of. Agatha Christie. Oh, good God. Let's see. It's got the fancy paper. Here are three of Agatha Christie's breathless novels of mystery and suspense. So many steps to death. Death comes as the end. Evil under the sun. Ah, you know what this smells like? Basement. Smells like basement. 1940. You think this is worth a couple pennies? Do you? Do you think it's worth a couple pennies? Shall we look? Shall we look? How much do you think this is worth? Should it be worth a couple pennies? That's pretty good. Uh, VELDA Johnson. Lisa Martin has come uninvited to Deveron Hall, her mother's ancestral home in Scotland Hines, the scene of a nightmarish tragedy. Lisa has been a small had been a small child, then left in the care of her grandparents in California, while her father, Hollywood director Clive Marston, and her movie star mother, Marcy Deveron, made films in London to celebrate its completion. Gave a house party at Deveron Hall. Clive is stabbed to death. Oh, okay. 1976. Short story. Crowned Heads. Thomas Tyron. I have never heard of him. Little on the yellow side. Little on the wear side on the corners. First, the perfect work of art. The All-American Cookie and Bobbit. Oh, okay. 1976. Not a clue. Not a clue. And that's it. Oh, wait. We have one modern one. At least I think it's modern. Did we do this? Yeah, that's accuracy. Mary Sinclair, The Storm Petrel. When Rose Fenmore sets out to meet her brother Crispin on the island of Marla off the west coast of Scotland, she looks forward to a quiet holiday in the natural paradise of seabirds and wildflowers. Remote and lonely, the island seemed to Rose the idyllic place to get away from it all. Till something happens. It is modern, 1991. So what'd you think? That was a good box. It was an interesting box. These things are old. These things are so old. Gonna need some tape. I hope you have a good day. And don't forget to check out Flashback Mondays. We're getting down to the end there. I'm getting sad. I love Flashback Mondays. We gotta think of something else to do with those magazines. Have a good one.